Okay, here's the landfill gas flare. I'm going to show you how to do a manual start and some of the things to look for. One thing I'm looking at is the air compressor. It's a little above 100 pounds right now. I try to get it up to 150 and let it, it can go down. What the compressor does is it supplies air to open the valve. See right there, it's closed, it's red. So when the air compressor is low, there's no automatic valve on it anymore. So what I have to do is turn the compressor on manually, which you do inside this electrical panel. And the way to get in there safely is you turn the power to the flare off, and then I open the panel. Hang on a second, I need two hands. The way to open the panel is you use a screwdriver or a coin, and you turn this one direction, and then you can open the lever and open the door. Right now there's no power in it. Well, there is power in it up to that switch. I've got the main turned off, but I need to turn the power back on with the cabinet open. So what I do is I hold safety down and then I power it back up. This is only if you need to put air in the compressor. Okay, you see the switch that's down. Turn that up. The compressor comes on and I'll go to 150 pounds and then I'll shut down. Now I made 150 pounds, so I will go back in the cabinet, turn the compressor off, and then I will just push the door tight and close the handle. Okay, now to run the flare. This is the other panel. This is the screen. Shows you what that ambient air temperature is, and that valve is closed. This is the pilot gas, and then these are the controls. What I'm going to do is run it in manual. So the first thing I want to do is turn the control to manual, and then I will turn the pilot on, and I will ignite it. And what that's doing, it's taking the gas from the underground tank. It's just heating the flare up. It's getting to a point where it thinks combustion is going to be best. Get it warm. So when I start it up, we start burning methane. We've been running low. They're coming Monday to fill the tank up. I've got the valve choked back, so I'm not using as much as, fully open, trying to conserve gas. Now what I'm looking for is a pilot temperature You know, in auto it starts when it's 300 degrees. I've been letting it go up a little higher. You know, if it goes up to 350, 400 before you start the blower, that's fine. Now what I have to do is I open the valve. This is the manual. Yep. Open it. And I can see the valve is yellow now, says open. And then I'll start the blower. That sounds good. So this is what I was concerned about in your watch. After 5 to 10 seconds, you want the amperage. It should be down, you know, below 7. It just shows how hard the blower's working. I'm keeping the flow around 100. This is an error message that comes up because the battery holder is messed up on the computer. So if you exit it, it clears it. Now I kind of watch to see how quick it jumps. It's going 21, 3, 2, 3, 3, 1. You know, watch your temperature go up. And I like to keep the pilot on, you know, maybe up to 1,000 degrees. One way to see if the flame is it's burning, especially when it's sunny, you can look on the ground. I can see on the fence the heat trails, you know, making shadows on the fence. I can see that it's burning. Now I'm up to 920. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the pilot. I'm just going to turn it off. So I'm not supplying any gas to the flare. And I'm observing the temperature is still going up. And I'm looking on the fence and I still see that there's a flame. Now what happens sometimes is that flame, it won't stay burning, you know, right away or after 5 or 10 minutes, and the flame just goes out, and then you're just blowing, you know, unburned landfill gas. So then what I do is I turn the pilot back on and ignite it. And sometimes I've had to run it like that, you know, I run it for an hour to make sure that we get enough gas, you know, percentage of gas that's combustible. It seems to be getting enough gas today. Yeah, one way to tell if you're not getting enough gas and it's not burning, that temperature, right now it's up to 1,075 going up. It'll stop and then start going in the other direction. That just tells you don't have a flame anymore. Now if you run it on manual like this, and the flame goes out, it doesn't shut off automatically, so you got to watch it. But the other thing is if you leave it on like this, after, I think I have it set for 6 hours, it's going to run for 6 hours and then shut off. So So then the next day when you run it, you need to make sure you turn the control mode off, turn the blower off, close the valve, because when if you restart it, it's just gonna start and you don't want it to until you operate the controls. And before you can start it, you're gonna have to reset it, which is this red knob on, not the red knob, that's the stop, the one in the middle. This is the reset. So anytime the thing shuts off automatically or there's some kind of fault, make sure all the controls are in the off or closed position, and then you hit the restart. You know, I'm getting that message again about the battery. Now we're over 1100 degrees. See, the flow slowed down a little. It's just under 100, which is good. I don't want to draw it out too fast. And the amps is under 6, which is good. So that's basically it.